Good morning, everybody. My name is Bhupesh kaushal. I'm going to share my podcast on the topic Birmingham's Children Crusade 1963. Hi, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. Today, I'm diving into a story that really surprised me. When I first learned about it, Birmingham Children Crusade occurred in 1963 as a part of civil rights movement. The fact that children led in the story rather than well-known adults or politicians is what makes it appealing. Guess what? Kids who were tired of unfair rules, tired of watching their parents struggle, tired of being treated like they didn't matter, even though they were young. They stepped into danger to help their change in their cities and eventually in the whole country. In this podcast, I'm going to talk about what happened, why these children merged, and how their courage ended up. The problem no one could ignore. By 1963, Birmingham, Alabama had become a symbol of severe racial segregation. Black citizens endured daily prejudice, unjust laws, and even terrorism. The city was so aggressive that it was nicknamed, you know what? Birmingham. The black churches were bombed, houses were bombed, people's lives were always at stake. Civil rights activists decided that Birmingham was the location where change needs to occur. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the Southern Christian Leadership Conferences organized a series of march and protests. But it was not working. Adults feared losing work, business, threatening their staff members, even every single person was fatigued. That's when something unexpected occurred. The idea that changed everything. At first, even other supporters thought the proposal was too malicious. Children could be harmed, children could be arrested, children may be targeted by the police. However, Bevel spoke at Birmingham's youth club. An important thing occurred. Students were young, even 7 volunteered. They were tired of being treated like second class citizens. They were tired of seeing their parents suffer. These young people understand just what was at stake. So plan carried forward. By the 2nd May, the children make the history. On the morning of 2nd May 1963, hundreds of black kids left school to meet up at 16th Street, Church Road. Some wore Sunday shoes, some carried sandwich, some were there in their tracksuits. Many were telling their parents that they were not going to school, not to the protest. When the first group left church, they sang a song like "We Shall Overcome" and moved calmly towards downtown Birmingham. Police Chief Bull Connor, known for his violent tactics, reacted quickly. Officers began arresting children one by one. Kids were bundled into paddy trucks and sent to the jail. Some laughed uneasily, others cried silently, but they continued marching. By the end of the day, nearly 1,000 children had been arrested. By the 3rd May marks a turning point in the movement. The next morning, May 3rd, further young people came at the march. Audience grew even greater. Many people felt even more determined after seeing what happened the day before on television. Firefighters played the children with high-pressure hoses, which were powerful enough to peel bark off trees and knock large adults down. German shepherds were let into the children. The officers pushed the seized them. Despite all, the children preserved. Photographers caught these moments. Newspapers across the world released photographs of youngsters being tossed by water cannons. The footage shocked the entire country, even entire world. Americans who had previously ignored segregation were now pushed in to confront it. Aftermath, when the world looked at Birmingham, within the days, jails were overflowing. Most of them young, refused to give up. On 10th of the May, an agreement was reached. Public facilities would be disagreed. Businesses would hire black workers fairly, and all jailed children would be released. The civil rights leaders called Children's Crusade a turning point. Even President John F. Kennedy said the image of Birmingham pushed him. A sport where it's become Civil Rights Act 1964, one of the most important laws in American history. A law that reshaped the entire country was influenced by courage of school children. Why this story matter today? Although it's not working well known as other civil rights movements, but the Children Crusade convey a stronger message. Sometimes changes come from people we least expect. People who were told they are too young, too quiet, too powerless. These kids entered a pearl that adults were afraid of. This courage made America face of reality of segregation. It determined by our willingness to act morally even in face of fear. Thank you for joining my episode of Hidden Voices of History. I hope Birmingham Children Crusade stories are a reminder that common people, even kids, may impact global justice. Thank you everybody for listening to my podcast. Thank you. Have a good day.